Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to our Greensborough set champs. We have round 6 coming up here with Sully versus Clermont. And boy, do we have a treat in store for you guys. Sully, a fantastic showman, and just look at that play, Matt. He pulls off that onesie incredibly well, really doing his namesake proud. And we've got quite a good matchup here with the Amethyst Steel, I believe, going into Ruby Sapphire. And a lot on the line here, so the players are playing for that top seed going into top cut. And I think if Sully gets a 0-2 here, he will be knocked out. So just needing to get that one win in order to secure the top cut. So definitely playing for a lot here in our final round. Players are just mulliganing, see what they decide to keep. I think by now both players know what they are playing against. I think Sully deciding to keep that Pete, as it will be quite important later on in the game to stop that Be Prepared coming down. And Clermont's list definitely heavy on the Be Prepared, more so than the Sisus. So definitely going to be an important card here. Alrighty, now let's get started. So Clermont will be going first on the right here, so definitely a bit of an advantage here in the first game. Doesn't look like he has a 1-drop though, so it might just be an ink and pass. Now, I don't believe Sully is playing that Maleficent, so normally quite a good card in this matchup, but just going to have to settle for the Diablo. A nice start here for Clermont, getting that ramp on turn 2. And I imagine Sully will be looking for something like that Smee this turn to develop that board with some more heavy questing power. Probably going to be questing with this Diablo. And we see here the Aladdin. Interesting card here. Is a 1-drop 1/3, I believe, and does have a few cool shifts lines, but funnily enough, Sully's actually not playing any of them, so sort of a few mind games going on here. And then we're just going to see the Tipo take out the Diablo, just slow that board down a bit. And another cool card here for Sully, that Cogsworth. Really interesting being able to give you a Calhoun's Rush. So we could see that come down this turn if we play the Calhoun into the Cogsworth. And that is what we see. That cool rush being able to take out the Tipo, get 2 law, and then quest with Smee to go up 2 as well. We'll probably see something like that Maui Shark come down this turn though for Clermont. Sort of slow down the questing on Sully's side of the board, but already going up to 5 by turn 3 is pretty good. Yeah, we do see the half shark come down here, so Sully had something like a Zeus would be very powerful right here. Or even go a bit wider on the board with a Pete included to sort of stop that Be Prepared coming in next turn. And then maybe sing something like a Strength of a Raging Fire. Doesn't look like we have anything like that in the hand at the moment for Sully. Might just go for a quest for 2 and bounce it with the Fox. Just not give Clermont any challenging targets for the Maui. And that is what we see come down here. And I believe he might have a 1-drop Chernobog's in hand. So another character you can play down and also quest with it and get it off the field. So continuing to not give Clermont any targets to challenge, but he's just going to bring that Diablo down instead. Probably just playing around with something like that Be Prepared coming down and wiping out his characters, but at least this way he'll be able to draw off the Diablo. Alright, so we're going to get a Law off the Vision. Does have the Flavisham in hand, I believe, so just going to take the Popsicle for some extra draw. And we'll be able to play both this turn. So we see that draw power coming in, and now a total of 2 Maui Sharks in hand, so we'll be able to get those into play and put even more pressure on the board. Nice top deck there for Sully, and that rabbit can probably just start drawing some cards. Wonder what he was eyeing up there, maybe something like the crab, but can't challenge into the now because it is evasive, so probably just something like that rabbit. I could go a bit wider here with the peach and start questing. We'll just decide to go for the rabbit by the looks of it. I think that's a good play here. You just want to sort of draw into more of your bounce cards so you can start questing. And, Clement next turn can't really afford to quest with the Flavisham here. Might be a little bit risky. I think Sully just wants to keep inking here. Maybe not the Smee, but doesn't look like there's many other good options. He's just going to go for the wide quest here. So going up to 11 now, so putting a lot of pressure on him. If Sully is running those white roses, could advance to 20 very quickly. Looks like we might see the Scar come down and just clear this board. So Sully's going to get to draw a card. So we'll be able to clear the whole board here and not need to use that Be Prepared. So it's taken out the whole board here for Sully. That Maui Half Shark didn't challenge, which was a bonus here for Sully. Would have been interesting to see that maybe come down, just go back some of these actions. Looks like we might see a Genie here. Now, Genie could be quite impactful here, because if Clement decides to quest with the Maui next turn, that Challenger from the big crab could actually allow him to take it out, but does just decide to go with the Smees here, just hoping that Clement doesn't find that Pirate's Life too soon, because he will be able to continually get that back from the discard with the Maui Half Shark. You just see that Maleficent come down, just keep this board clear for Sully so he can't advance too far in the lore total. We do see that goat being top decked here, so that could push Sully up to 15 this turn if he decides to quest. And then once the goat is banished again, could go up to 16, and then just a couple more goats and bounce away from winning. So I don't mind the position Sully's in at the moment, but one does have quite a few cards in hand. So it does have a few options going into the next turn. I'm just going to see the Genie come down, draw a card, and probably see Ink and the Chernobog's play, just get some more draw power and more characters on the field to quest next turn. Score is currently 12-4 in favour of Sully at the moment, so it's started to put a bit of distance between him and Clement, but a couple of Pirates' Life could definitely change that. Yeah, we do see the Chernobog's come down here. And just going to be a quest go up to 14, so I think any Pirate's Life here for Clement could spell disaster for Sully, could set him back to 10. Doesn't look like he has it just yet. Just going to have a second Maui Half Shark come in. Maybe something like, I believe that's a Vision in hand. Going to try searching for that Pirate's Life. There we go. Going to get 2 lore from that as well, since there are 2 Mauis in play. And there is the Pirate's Life. And singing that with the Maleficent will take away 2 from Sully and also gain 4 for Clement. So could definitely tighten up the game very quickly. He's just going to sing the Pirate's Life with the Maui. So getting 4, going up to 10. Just going to quest for 1, and then will this Maleficent take out the Smee is the question. I imagine it would have to. Going up to 17 next turn for Sully will put quite a lot of pressure on, so just need to slow him down a little bit here. Now that the Pirate's Life has come down, I think Sully definitely has to be aware of keeping his characters exerted going into Colon's turn, because giving him the option to challenge could be quite detrimental. So grab your swords here. It will be interesting to see if Sully takes it out. He does. Interesting to see if he quests here just to draw that card. Probably don't need to, but I think I would have liked to see the quest happen before the grab your sword, just to see what card he got, or at least before the challenge from the genie. Alrighty, and another shark coming down, and all of these actions will be gaining Clermont 2 lore every time, and can definitely start chaining them to get a lot of lore. Something like that, develop your brain, will get another 2 and hopefully find another action, but does just decide to take the Pirate's Life. We'll be singing that to get 4 and losing 2 from Sully, so 17 to 10 now. Clermont has brought it back, and we can just see the power of these half sharks. That's going to be game 1 to Clermont, so very convincing fashion there with those sharks providing that board control and also aggressive lore gain as well, so definitely a very powerful card there. It'll be interesting to see if Sully plays those Long Came Zeus to deal with them, and if he can find them next game. We'll be going first, so definitely going to help him out a little bit there. So let's see how he does. Alrighty, we're getting into game number 2 here. We see our players were just starting off with their mulligan, and we do see that a Long Came Zeus in hand for Sully. Not really something you want to be keeping in your opening hand, but definitely do need it at some stage to help clear the Mauis. So does have a couple of uninkables, so hopefully can avoid some inking issues in the start. So he's keeping that genie, and that genie will be able to help sing Long Came Zeus if the Maui shark comes down the turn after. So definitely an important card in this matchup. Quite like Sully holding on to it, but just hope he's not punished by having so many uninkables in his hand. Let's see how many he mulliganed into. I'm just going to see an ink and probably a 1-drop come down. Very nice from Sully here. Quite a high cost number of cards here in the hand for Clermont. Does have that turn 2 ramp with the Tipo and Sail. It definitely has some options, but I see a Tamatoa and a Sisu and a Maleficent. And the 2-drop here will be a Smee. So pretty good turn 1-2 here for Sully. One sort of following it up as well. So this Tipo will be threatening the Chernobyls here, so definitely going to have to think about banishing that to draw, which I probably would like to see first, just to give himself more options for ink. Now, I quite like the Pete here. Unfortunately, for Clermont, he does have that Sail in hand, which he's probably going to be wanting to play this turn, or something like that, how far I'll go. And sort of limiting those options, not a bad turn. So I think the key turns is turn 4 for ink, or maybe turn 2 if he misses the turn 2 ramp, but also going into that 7 ink turn. So very clutch Pete play here, stopping that how far I'll go and Sail. Definitely a well-timed Pete here for Sully. Now I imagine we will see this genie come down that he kept in his opening hand. Unfortunately, we'll have to ink the goat by the looks of it. Might not have many other options here. We do have the Diablo actually, so not going to be much card draw left after this genie, but does get another Chernobog, so alrighty, and we see that Pete definitely slowed Clement down a turn, so might have to go into the Hellfire. I'll go this turn, but can sail first, double ink, and then play the Hellfire. I'll go. We see Clement here having to ink a few powerful cards, unfortunately, because a lot of the cards in his hand are uninkable. Matipa's just going to take out the Smee, pretty good trade there. But Sully being able to quest up to 10 this turn and play the Goat, and also have singing power for if a Maui were to come down. Definitely have to favour Sully in this position. I think that Pete really set him ahead in this game. Interesting to see what he picks up here. Probably going to have to be the Pete. I think the Genie's just offering too much lore pressure here to bring back to the hand. Interesting here. Clement might just have to go for the big C, so I would think. So we'll banish those two characters, and unfortunately picking up the Genie here would have saved it. So maybe not prepared for that big Sisu to come down. Does still have that Goat to gain the aggressive lore, and you can still quest with the Fox here, not really worrying if the Sisu trades into you. Interesting that he inked the Goat. He's just going to go for the trade. I probably would have liked to see the Goat come down and just quest. I mean, if Clement quests for 3 and you're sort of going up to 12, you're not too concerned about the pressure here, but or maybe even something like the Goat and then into Zeus next turn. So Clement's just going to pop the Popsicle to get it back with the Tamatoa, just provide a bit more card draw. Interesting to see what that last card in hand is for Sully. I definitely wouldn't want to see this double sing or sing and play here. I think the Pete and the Chernobyls. And then just quest with the Elsa. I think Clement's sort of put under pressure here because you will be going up to 14 next turn. Does have things like Pirate's Life to slow him down, but can't play that this turn. We'll just play Lucky Die and get that quest for 2. And play the Popsicle back down, just get some more cards. Do you see that Maui half shark? So if that were to come down next turn, Sully would have a very nice answer in his hand without Along Came Zeus, which I'd have to say is what he's been saving them for. Let's see the top deck here. Looks like a library, a very good top deck here for Sully. Can play that down, banish the Chernobyls, and draw 2 cards, really giving himself some more options. So a fantastic top deck here for Sully. Imagine we'll see that played in the Chernobyls put in, and then the quest, banish, draw 2. He's just going to go with the challenge, actually. And then sing to banish here. Again, I probably would have liked to see the Chernobog's quest here, but it might not even banish this turn, so... Interestingly, it didn't quest with the Chernobyls. I definitely would have liked to see that quest. I don't think there was really anything with Rush that you would be concerned about, but, you know, maybe worried about that Vitalosphere. So we see the half shark come down. And the How Far Ago will gain a lore from that one. So Sully now will just play that Along Came Zeus. We'll get the lore from the library. Maybe even sing with the Elsa so he can play this rabbit. But I think you just have to favour the lore here. But the rabbit does get you some more board presence. And if you're able to move everything in, you can draw extra cards off the Be Prepared if that were to come down. So we're just going to see the Zeus be sung by the Elsa, and then the rabbit come down. Oh, maybe think about the fox. We'll play that back down. Didn't move its stuff. So I can just move the chamber box into the library here. So Clement wasn't too fussed about that because he was just going to hide away anyway. And then play the zoo. Be prepared. So very strong combo there. Not allowing Sully to draw, but does have the rabbit to start drawing again. And just get some more characters on the board here. But Clement has put him on a bit of a clock. So with this lucky dive, anytime he gets a big questing character down, we'll be able to gain that lore immediately. So Sully definitely needs to start wrapping this game up pretty quickly. Looks like a goat here, so we'll be able to get that lore back and then quest with the Cogsworth. So 13-5 now, I believe. So just needs a bounce next turn to put him in a very good spot. But I believe Clement might have another. I'm just going to see the be prepared here, I would imagine. So Sully will get that lore going up to 14. Clement, not really having too many cards in hand. Ooh, and the Gantu is a very nice top deck here. Going to be, oh, and it looks like the be prepared top deck for Clement will be able to clear the Gantu, one of the only cards in the deck that would clear it. And Sully visibly not happy about that. And we see it looks like Clement has just conceded here, so would be interesting to see how the game played out, but just wanted to play it to get some extra training in from what he was saying. But I think he probably would have won that game in the end, so definitely a close one there. A few little plays I would have made a little differently in the early game there for Sully, but definitely a good game to watch. And the Gantu coming down was a great top deck, but Clement just having an even better one to top it off. So well played to both players. And that means Sully will be making it into the top 8. So we'll be back tomorrow with another video going into our top 8 now and going to have some more great games for you. If you're enjoying the content, like, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And it's all free, so please leave your comments below and we'll see you in the next video.